This is honey, and these are honeybees. In this video, I'll become a beekeeper for one day, and we will learn how bees actually make honey.
Hey Mike.
This is Aad, a beekeeper at the bee farm in the Netherlands.
That's the bee suit.
Aad will teach us about beekeeping, and for that, I'm wearing a bee suit. Be ready.
Like my grandfather did it. It's not so convenient to work with it because to harvest the honey you have to destroy the population. There you have some smoke. The defensive character of this population, to dampen it a little bit, we use the smoke. Put it into the hive, they think okay, we are in fire, so we have to pack in the most important stuff, and that's in the case of the bees, the honey. So they suck in a lot of honey for 3 days, can go out with the population and to survive. And when they have a very good meal, not so aggressive anymore.
Okay.
More relaxed.
Yeah. This structure is completely made by the bees themselves.
This is 100% made by the bees. A little bit out.
To extract the honey from this beehive, a beekeeper had to kill the bees living in it. So beekeepers started using a different type of beehive.
We present wax in it, and after a couple of weeks they build it out. And in the spring you start checking how big the population is growing. You have some empty combs, but you have also complete combs with bees, a bird nest, some honey in the chamber, and then you have to think about extending the room of the bees by using the second brood chamber. And when this is full up, you provide them with a separator, so the queen stays in the bird nest, and only the young bees can bring up the honey into the honey chamber. Then you have pure honey. But you don't do that, the queen will come up and they lay eggs in the honey chamber. So and then you put the honey chamber on. It's always a little bit smaller than the bird chambers because of the weight. When this is full, it's about 20 kilograms, and this is full, it's about 15 kilograms. Yeah?
Yeah.
So and then you can close it down and wait for the harvest.
And how long does it take for them to fill this up with honey?
That's depending of the nature and the flowering of the nature, how much flowers are there, but they can fill it up within 14 days. And when it is filled up and you put the second up, mostly it takes a week to fill up. So a good beehive in Holland can produce roughly 20 kilograms of honey. But when you go to France or go to another country with more nature in Europe, you can have 80, 100 kilograms of a population.
So and do bees search for flowers that have good nectar themselves, or do they work together and communicate, look, I found nectar somewhere, this is where you should go?
When a bee has found a substantial field of nectar, flowers with nectar, they go back to the hive and they tell the sisters where to go. And they do that with a Waggle Dance or an 8 dance, and they can point out the direction exactly opposite to the sun, which way they have to go.
By dancing?
By dancing.
Okay, so they're twerking their directions.
Yeah.
Can you dance?
Yeah, I will twerk later to tell you where to go.
We have an incubator. We bred out the new queens, and one of these days they will be born. This is how we have them. These are the queen cells. We cage them because otherwise they will harm each other. But one of these days they will walk out.
This white spot is from a honeycomb in one of the beehives outside, right?
Yeah.
And then you take them, like they grow in this like little hub.
Yeah.
You take that off from the honeycomb,
Yeah.
and you put that here, and then you put this little cage around it,
Cage around it.
so they don't kill each other. And what's inside the cage? What is this brown?
A little bit sugar.
A little bit of
A
sugar.
little bit sugar, honey.
The incubator is at 35 degrees
35
Celsius.
degrees.
Why is that?
It's the same temperature as the beehive internally.
So the beehives outside that we saw, they're 35 degrees inside.
Always 35 degrees, summer and winter.
How do bees get the beehives internally to 35?
Yeah, well, insects are cold species, but they can work with the flying muscles, make them tremble, and when you do that with 10,000 bees on a sort of spot, you can produce a lot of heat, and they make it 35 degrees. And when it gets too warm, the population will go wider, and when it is colder, they shrink together to get the 35 degrees.
So they dance to communicate, they wiggle, and then they also wiggle to keep each other warm.
Yeah, sort of wiggle.
Sort of wiggle,
Sort of
yeah.
wiggle. Yeah.
Okay, so they're more or less a wiggling species to communicate, to keep warm.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
This is my queen bee dance. I want to be a queen bee someday.
Can find the queen in the beehive.
I've never done so, so I can try.
I shall help you a little bit. This is a small population.
How do I recognize the queen bee from the other bees?
Yeah, she has a crown. Eh?
This is a crown.
Yeah.
Okay.
This one a silver crown because she is not made yet. When she is made, she gets a golden crown.
Yeah.
And that's you can recognize.
Okay, so I'm looking for a crown.
Now she's a little bit bigger. Now, go ahead, find the queen.
So I'm looking for something
A little bit
larger.
A little bit bigger. Take the next. We here on the bee farm use the variety Carnica. It's very mild. Yeah. So you was not on the rack, so you get a 7 for it.
A 7 out of 10.
A B.
A bee. The queen bee. Beyonce.
Yeah, when the honey is ripe, it's about 80% of sugar content. The bees will seal it off with wax, so it is waterproof, airproof, concealed. Most beekeepers use this sort of device to take the lids off, but you can imagine it by a professional that it takes too much hours to do this, so we use a knife. We simply cut them off. You put it inside and you see that it's already dripping. And then you put it in the machine.
I have no clue if I'm doing it correct. Approved. the remaining that we cut out?
Well, the white ones is pure beeswax with honey. So you can eat it.
We can eat it?
Yeah. It's healthy and it is very nice.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Red or black? Red or black?
All on red.
I'll say black.
I always vote red. You can open the lid. You will see the honey coming out.
Oh.
Als je vingers zien en het was in, dan is het veel leuker.
How good is it?
11 out of 10.
Ooh, this is good. Oh wow.
Well, honey is a very nice product. 82% of sugar can preserve everything in it because nothing will grow. No bacteria, no viruses, nothing. So you can preserve your mother-in-law in the honey for later. Yeah.
So you know.
En you ja, ik begin praktisch met dit maar een beetje. Ja, dat is goed. En nou nog even neerzetten.
Oh, how satisfying.
I feel it like
To the end. And now I'm officially a beekeeper. My first draw as a beekeeper. Aad, thank you very much for showing us the world of beekeeping.
Okay, Mike, I hope you learned something and keep continue living with honey.
Yes,
Makes you old, like me.
Penny.